Hey guys, welcome to this week's Tech Wizard video, How to Clean My Infected Computer. This video may arguably be our most important video ever because not only is it our first weekly video ever, but it is also the answer to the infamous question, how the hell do I get the spyware, malware, virus infection off my computer so I can use my computer again? Well, with 20 years of doing this under my belt at my computer company and having personally and professionally used roughly 100 programs that fight this stuff, we are about to answer just that. That's right, I have seen a lot in the last 2 decades in the world of computers. I've had to fix thousands of infected computers and had to learn the hard way what works and what doesn't firsthand. I also learned that the combination of programs also matters, not just the program itself. So if you haven't already guessed by looking at the screen, those are the 3 programs that make up the best combination to clean the vast majority of infections. Any one of these programs alone would not be sufficient, but collectively they make up a powerful antidote. Notice also that I said vast majority, not all. That's because of 2 things. 1, this video assumes that your computer is working well enough to download these programs from the internet on your computer. And 2, this combination, from my experience, will fix about 85% of infections if you can get all 3 programs to install, update, and completely scan and clean your system. There is a side note I will mention right now. 1 is that your internet on the infected computer does not work. You do have the option to go to a clean computer and download these respective programs there. Put them on a USB thumb drive and then load them on your infected computer from the USB thumb drive. 2, these instructions are intended mainly for PCs because not all these programs are available for Macs. If you're not able to complete this process due to the severity of the infection, then I would advise you to go to your local trusted computer store and let an expert take it on at that point. Or, if you're able to complete the entire process and yet you still remain infected, then once again, I would take it to a professional computer store. This outcome means that you are in the 15% group and need assistance beyond the scope of the straightforward general cleanup video. And quick reminder guys, don't forget to keep watching after the video for my post comments of the video where I say a few final thoughts that might have been missed in the video itself. With no further ado, let's get to the video. Alright guys, first of all, obviously go hop on the internet, Google Chrome, Explorer, whatever you got, Firefox. And we're going to go type in malware bytes, free. That's what we're searching. Again, malware bytes, free. We're going to be doing the free versions of all of these programs today. All these programs respectively all have paid versions, but we're doing the free version for all the above. And we are never going to pay for the premium versions. So we're going to do the free versions and we're going to stick with them pretty much indefinitely. That's one of the big tricks. Now these companies, these programs are great, but they will eventually attempt to upsell you to the paid versions. My recommendation is to not do that. Okay, next up is we're doing super anti-spyware. So again, internet, search it, and super anti-spyware free. So malware bytes free, super anti-spyware free, and then later on here Panda antivirus free. Again, all the free versions. And all these versions, all the free versions, are basically the same exact products as the paid versions. They leave out a few things that are more or less niceties, like notice here on this page it has both the professional version as well as a free version. Now intuitively you'd think that okay, there must be a big difference between the free version and the professional version because the pro version costs money. Well, that's not the case. They do pretty much the same exact thing. They clean, they have the same database, they have the same definitions, they have pretty much the same everything. The functions that are different are more or less irrelevant. Stuff like a real-time protection. If you feel like confident with the money, go ahead. But I've been plenty fine without the added functions. So next up here is Panda Antivirus. Again, the free edition. Again, the free editions, you get the same updates, same definitions, same everything. I'm showing this stuff right here on the screen so you don't get confused between the free stuff and then the free trial. The free trial, anything with the word trial in it, it means that they're going to give you the premium package, but temporarily you're going to get the trial for free. But you don't want to go that route. You want to immediately go like they're trying to upsell you again right there. So one of the tricks, one of the catches here with doing this stuff is all these programs, not just these three, but all programs out there that fight viruses and such, they'll usually offer you two different versions, a free version and something else. And it gets confusing as to whether or not you're actually getting the free version or some kind of trial, but you want the free version. So now on the bottom here you can see we have all three downloaded, the Panda, Super Spyware, and Malwarebytes. I went back in here originally to show you guys something. This of course is a voiceover, so hopefully I can remember what I was attempting to accomplish by coming back in here. No, I was just showing you guys some more confusing wording. Free trial, free this, free that, but it's all trials to get you started on going down a different path instead of just simply going with the true free version. So that's the first major obstacle. Make sure that you're downloading the actual free versions of all three of these guys. Don't get confused. Here I'm showing you the CNET download. Now, all three of these, if you followed along, they're all from their respective company websites. But CNET, which is a major download site that a lot of you know about, CNET also offers downloads from their servers for all three of these respective programs. So I'm also showing you here that you could go, when you search the stuff, you could use the link, the CNET link that's down a couple, and download Malwarebytes, Super Anti-Spyware, and Panda Antivirus from their CNET links. So either way works. I prefer to get it from the company directly, but it really doesn't matter. I've done it both ways. Now I'm going to show you in the video the basics of the programs. Obviously at this point I've already downloaded and installed all these programs before this video, so this is pretending that you've already downloaded and installed all these programs. Now they're up and running. The next thing you'd want to do is update them like I just did. So here we are updating Malwarebytes. So step one, download the freebies. Make sure you don't get confused and download the wrong stuff. We don't want you paying for anything. Step two is, once you get it downloaded, install it. Step three is to update all these programs like we're doing right now. Step four is going to be to scan all of them. And we're going to scan them all here in a bit, one at a time, in a certain order. It's going to be Malwarebytes first, then Super Anti-Spyware, and then Panda antivirus. Now what I'm doing here real quick is I notice I went to scan. After I update, I went to scan on Malwarebytes, and then I'm going to the configuration here. And this is actually pretty critical. Make sure you check this box that says scan for rootkits. And then select the hard drive, or hard drives if you have multiple hard drives that you want to scan, and then scan now. So make sure you check that box, scan for rootkits. Rootkits is something deeper, and something you definitely want to scan for aside from the basic definitions. Next up, I should be going to Super Anti-Spyware, which I am. And notice also while we're here that I have other programs on the computer that's meant to defend it as well as clean it. But again, this is a basic video that's meant to help 85% of you out there with very simple instructions. That way there's no confusion in this video. The other 15%, it's possible I'll make videos that are more specific to certain harder viruses and spyware and adware, but for right now, we're going to keep it simple and at least help 85% of you out there. So here's Super Anti-Spyware doing its update. Also, by looking at the video, you kind of get a look and feel for these different programs, so you'll know that you're doing it right when you're doing this process yourself. And then with Super Anti-Spyware, it's pretty simple. Just scan, go to scan, and then do a complete scan. And again, remember, we're going to be doing this one at a time. Malwarebytes first, then Super Anti-Spyware, and then Panda. And in that order, Malwarebytes goes the fastest on their complete scan, then Super Anti-Spyware takes a bit, and then Panda will may take quite a while, depending on how many files you have. And after each respective full scan, the program might ask you to restart the computer. So it might be Malwarebytes full scan, then a reboot of the computer, then Super Anti-Spyware full scan, then reboot of the computer, and then Panda full scan, and then reboot of the computer, possibly. But the program will let you know when it's done if it needs to reboot. Either way, obviously, after each full scan of each program, it'll tell you what it found, and you'll ask you, well, I want to clean it all, and you just say, of course, yes, clean it all. And that's where you scan for the Panda. And Panda, what's cool about Panda, their antivirus, the biggest thing I like is that it's the definitions are in the cloud, so your definitions are pretty much always in real time. I like that. And that's what the icons look like. It's a lot of you doing this for the first time. You won't know if you're doing it right. It helps to see what it looks like on my desktop, so you can see on your desktop and that you got the right programs and everything. Okay, time for post-video comments. One, I forgot to mention, when you install these programs, they may do one or both of the following annoying things. They might try to once again upsell you during the installation process. If they do, decline the upgrade and proceed with the free version. The second thing is they may ask you if you want to install a toolbar, make your homepage their homepage, or install something else weird and unnecessary. Uncheck any of those boxes and simply proceed with the basic install without any extra fluff. 2. There was hesitation at the point of the video where I was comparing free versus paid versions. As I alluded to in the video, there's differences between the two, but in my professional opinion, most people will be fine with the free versions. But to be fair, I didn't have the time right there to explain the differences in full as the video was moving along. So what I will do is make an entire video sometime in the future comparing the most common differences between free and paid versions. We will talk about real-time protection, scan schedulers, etc. I am sure that video will explain better why I feel that most users will be fine with the free versions. However, don't get me wrong, the paid versions do have more functionality, and these companies definitely earn the money if you decide to pay up. But I would recommend at least using their free versions for a few months first to try them out before you make the plunge. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, and leave your video request below, and see you guys next week.